Hi everyone, I'm Randi Zuckerberg and I'm so thrilled to be sitting here with my good friend Jared. So you are a social media star.
Yes.
Where, this video is going to go out to, 2 million fans on Twitter, or 2 million on Facebook, 1 million on Twitter. How do you connect with your fans in this new world?
Well, through a lot of different ways. I think, for me, the best way to connect to people is to share a bit about my life, what I'm doing, what I'm interested in, and I'm also a big listener. I can lurk from time to time. I think there's a lot of benefit in that, and you can learn a lot by listening. And I'm always excited to see what other people are doing out there in the social space, and it's really fun.
You post a lot of, I love that you get really personal with your fans. You post a lot about your photography, a lot of stuff. Is there anything you posted that got a really interesting reaction?
Oh yeah, many things. When you have a committed family of fans like we have around the world, the echelon, you get all kinds of passionate responses. But I think people really like things that they think are authentic, and I really enjoy sharing things that are close to my heart, whether it's a project that we're doing in Haiti, or some of the other material that we're working on.
Or our food truck expedition at South by Southwest.
Food truck. I heard about this Korean vegan barbecue incident.
It was quite scandalous.
Yes, very.
Actually, this week you posted about a big announcement. You left the echelon hanging.
That I'm pregnant. That one.
Breaking news here. You heard it here, folks.
It's been interesting. I'm feeling a little bloated today. I was a little sick in the morning, but. But
you're hanging in there really
well.
I
am. I'm craving pickles and ice cream, actually together, which is the weird thing. But no, what the big announcement was actually, I think what you're referring to was the VERT event that we're having on April 27th.
No, that's it? That's all we're going to get from you?
That's all you're going to get right now, soon. There aren't really a lot of options if you want to share your work as an artist out there in the live space. And we created a solution to that problem, and it's called VERT. But what I've really learned is that people want to have a high quality experience. They want to be there now. They want to do it in a social way. And I think that people have been burned a bit by live events in the past because they haven't really delivered. They've been largely a stuttering, buffering signal, an eternally revolving door of a chat room that's a bunch of people screaming at each other, and they haven't really been able to enjoy something. We're trying to give people something that they actually can't even get at the show.
Like what?
Well, it's more about offering a digital golden ticket. You're taking people backstage, like we did in December, giving them an extended Q&A, having Toma, our guitarist, take them on a tour and introduce them to our roadies, our crew, play a song at sound check, take the cameras with us to stage, take the cameras with us off stage for before we play our encore. So you can hear us kind of discussing it.
It's a benefit to be in the live video
Well,
audience.
there was a surreal moment when I looked out and I saw people at the show verting the show, and that was really fun.
It's meta.
Yes, it's very meta. So it's new territory. It's interesting and really excited, and we're passionate about trying to create some kind of experience that people can have out there that actually has value to it.
It's like the digital VIP experience.
It is a bit, and there's another part of it that's really important to us as artists is most of the time in the live space or in just with content in general, you have to ask for sponsorship. You have to get some capital somehow in order to create something special and valuable. You have to ask for money from people, either your record company or some corporate sponsor. And Vert really allows you the ability to not have to go out and ask for that.
Well, I think it's very pioneering because you're showing a few things. One, you're showing that people are willing to pay for a really exceptional online experience. And I think you're also showing that there's value in getting kind of that behind the scenes. So I'm excited to see what you guys do there.
Me too.
We have some fan questions that came in.
My favorite.
I know. So we had lots of questions for you, very, very popular. Someone asked if all of your dreams have been fulfilled.
No, certainly not. But many have. I think the really interesting thing about achieving some of your goals in life is you realize that dreams are possible and they're attainable. And once you reach some of these goals, you're more likely to try to reach others. And I always tell people who ask me about things like this that that you have a good chance at making some of your wildest dreams come true. Most people don't even try, sadly. Most people try and then stop or give up. Very few people try and try and try, or do and do and do and do and never give up. And those are the people that ultimately succeed and win. And I never think that I really have anything special to offer. I'm just stubborn enough to keep walking forward and put one foot in front of the other. Even when I have a lot of doubt, I just keep marching forward and working hard. Not to sound too much like Anthony Robbins.
I'm tearing up a little.
But you can do it.
Thank you. If the whole acting, musician, tech thing doesn't work out, you have good motivational speaking track.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Deepak Chopra, watch out, buddy.
That's
coming for you.
That's exactly right. Another fan asked if you could be a superhero, who would you be, or what superpower would you have?
Well, there was a magazine called The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers when I was a kid, and they were kind of superheroes, but basically they were cartoon characters that smoked a lot of pot. So for me as a kid, that was really like a fun one. Now, yeah, that's not really my interest these days. But I'm more into the real life superheroes. The people that inspire me by doing things that are great, that are sometimes very simple, and committed individuals, passionate believers. Those are the people that inspire me.
Do you think it's important for artists to kind of get in with the tech community?
Well, I don't think it's important for artists to get in with the tech community, really, but I do think it's important for artists to participate in the digital architecture of the future. I think that shouldn't be left just to technicians or just to business people, although certainly those are the people who are going to make a huge difference in how we experience life tomorrow. But I do think it's important for artists to participate in what that future looks like. A large part of what's being passed around, ingested, shared, dissected, and enjoyed online is content. It's what artists create, what individuals create. And I think it's important for people to be there and participate in that discussion and that debate of how that future looks.
You are publishing a book, or you just published a book about your experiences in Haiti.
Yeah, that's been a labor of love and is going really, really well.
It's your personal photography.
Yeah, when I was a kid, for a short time, I lived in Haiti, and it was a life-changing experience. I lived in Port-au-Prince, and on the weekends we would spend time, half the week in Port-au-Prince, half the week in Léogâne, two of the areas hit hardest by the quake. So I went back last year and took a bunch of photos about this trip and my experience there, and we shot some film, and we're making a really beautiful book and have raised a lot of money. We've sold, quite a few copies so far. When it's fun to do that, knowing that I know exactly where the money is going to go, and that it's going to be spent really, really well and help people that are in need. But thanks to all the people that have been so patient waiting for the book.
Is there a particular image or moment that...
Well, there is. I was in a place called Cité Soleil, which is kind of a challenging area. It's a neighborhood kind of near the airport, in between the airport and Port-au-Prince, and it can be a tough place to live. It's it can be really challenging. But I was taking pictures and wandering through Cité Soleil, which is sometimes a dangerous place to be wandering through. But I came around the corner and I saw a man holding a baby sitting in a bucket. I came closer and he kind of motioned me to come a little bit closer and take a picture. And the baby's face turned over and it had third-degree burns all over the ears and the face. And, this image was really haunting. You see the beautiful face of a child, and the eyes are full of, determination and spirit, and the concern of the father. So, we immediately stopped what we were doing, and I basically ended up taking this baby to a hospital. It's very hard to get into a hospital down there. You have to wait a long time, and obviously this baby had infections, and so we spent our day, or that part of the day, bringing this small child to the hospital. And because there was a woman who was American, a doctor at the hospital, we were able to kind of communicate and be a bit pushy and get the kid right in. But that always stuck with me, that trip.
Not everyone has that luxury.
Yeah, it's a very, and that's you could do that all day long.
Yep.
All of us could go down there all day long and help escort people to, somewhere, to help someone do something. I don't think people really understand how much need there is there for basic things still. It's one of the things that make it special, is to be able to share not just the fun or funny things, but the more challenging or meaningful things as well. And it's always inspiring to see. Our fans are great because they're so committed. They've built houses together around the world. They build 30, 40 houses with Hope Builders, and they've done some incredible things things that you can't do alone. And that's what community is all about, is doing things together that we can't really do on our own.
You're right. And finally, how have your fans inspired you? Is there anything through social media or interactions with them that have kind of changed the course of your music or anything you've done?
Yeah, very much so. We've always been interactive. We've always had a two-way conversation. We've never just kind of spoken at our fans. I don't even like that word, because it comes from fanatic. And although some people are very fanatical and you know who you are, we very much have a family. And we've always looked toward our audience for inspiration. And we've done really fun things, whether it was inviting the world to sing with us on the last album and setting up a physical and a digital event where people could come and sing and stomp and chant on songs. And we did it in Tokyo and France and Australia and New York and LA and all over the world, 9 different cities. And then we did a digital version as well. It was called The Summit, and it was a massive success. And we've done lots of things like that. We did 2,000 different album covers called The Faces of Mars, where we collected people taking self-portraits of themselves.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and that was really fun. So I think, I hope things like that will continue in the future, and we'll see what happens.
Very cool. Thanks for joining us today. We had one person from Twitter who said, "I'm sure you're getting tons of comments for Jared, so will you please give him a hug for me?" So I was wondering if, this one's for the fans.
A hugger. A hugger. Oh, don't let go. No, don't let go. Oh, God.